Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep and I'm back again with another value discussion, this time on the set Celestial Storm. This set is within the Sun and Moon series of sets, and let's go over just some basic admin stuff really quick. Oh, I can see myself on here. So the release date was August 2nd, 2018 for this English set. Base card total 168, so going up in the number a little bit. Secret rare total is still standing strong at 15, as we previously saw with Forbidden Legends. Forbidden Light. Did I call this Forbidden Legends? Oh my gosh, I'm a freaking idiot. And I'll change that later. Forbidden Light. So that bumps our set up to 183, which, my goodness. And sorry, I'm just realizing that this doesn't actually have a date on there, so I just added a date. Look at that. Google Sheets is amazing. So that's as of 21 January. This should post tomorrow on the 22nd. So, like always, I'll have the timestamps down below if you want to skip the intro, because I like to go over the Google Sheet spreadsheet in case you haven't been on my videos before. And I'll also have this linked below, and I'll also have a link to the playlist where all these other sets that I've done so far are discussed. So, card is pretty self-explanatory, just which card it is. Rarity, just what's rarity the card is. Raw on TCG Player is basically the average marketplace price on TCG Player. So all cards that are sold through TCG Player, it's the average. It generally ends up being probably around a lightly played to near mint condition, depending on, how often the card is being sold. And then for grade, I specifically look on eBay sold listings, and I try to find PSA 10 since it is the most common grading company, whether you like it or not. And so I try to reach PSA 10. If I can't find PSA 10, then I go from there to like other grading companies. Sold price is the last sold price. I round up. I do not include shipping. And yeah, it's not like an average or anything. By the way, the raw and TCG Player, I round down to the nearest dollar. For date of sale, it's literally the date that it was sold. So if it was sold recently, either they're fairly common on the market, or people are looking for them, or people are trying to get rid of them, just more things to keep into account. If it hasn't been sold in months, then maybe it's not that popular. And then the PSA 10 population, my newest edition, it's been on the last few videos now. Number on the left is how many PSA 10s there are currently registered with PSA. I haven't included any of the other grading companies. And then on the right is how many have been sent in for grading total. So pretty easy fraction. If it's, a low percentage, then it's probably hard to grade. If it's a high percentage, it's easy to grade. And if there's not very many graded, then either it's not that popular as a collectible or not that popular in general. So yeah, just more things to take into account. See some colors on here. Orange is it's sold for $50 or more, yellow $100 or more, and then green is like $200 and above. So yeah, and then I also have reserved baby blue for the most special of cards, but there's no baby blue cards within this set. But I think this set is still interesting regardless. So now that we've done that quick little intro, let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this Google spreadsheet. So I'm mainly just going to be going straight over any significant things that I've seen, like on the grading cards. So we'll start off with Latios Prism Star. So these Prism Stars, I mean, most people, as far as like collectability goes, not the most amazing thing, but who knows, maybe down the line, those unique cards, those unique rarities that come out, sometimes people like them. They started with Ultra Prism, Forbidden Light had them, and now Celestial Storm has them as well. And a PSA 10 sold for $100. Not many have been graded, like that's a very small amount of cards graded, but hey, 13 of them PSA 10, one sold for 100, so there's a very, very, very small market, but it exists. Kyogre. So I couldn't find, there's actually a handful of holo rares on here that are worth over $1, which I found interesting. I'm not sure if they're because of the popularity in the card, which based on the names, it looks like it, or if they were playable. But yeah, Kyogre, there was no regular holo rares graded, but of course there's pre-release promos and staff pre-release promos, and I saw two sold for 1,000, and then one sold for 100, or one sold for 1,000, one sold for 150. So if you have a pre-release or staff pre-release promo of Kyogre, you're sitting pretty nice. Deoxys has two cards within this set, so specifically the 67 numbered one. A PSA 10 of that sold for 100, and it was the reverse holo. And there's only been 4 graded, so yeah. Only been 4 graded of the holo rare. I didn't put the PSA population for the reverse, but I can only find the reverse actually sold. The Tyranitar holo rare. So I didn't know they reprinted this Tyranitar from, I believe it was Neo Discovery. It's a really good looking card. I actually have this card in its holo form, and I want to send it to get graded, but I from the Neo Discovery, not from Celestial Storm. I have no cards from Celestial Storm except for some, I think, alternate artworks or, shinies from Hidden Fates. But, yeah, really cool looking card. Only 17 have been graded, surprisingly. It's just another reprint card, and there's very few cards that have been reprinted from the Neo series, so I just think it's really interesting. A Alolan Raticate GX. Not good enough to get any other, full arts or rainbows in this set, but there's that. Sorry, I'm going to skip down a little bit. Shrine of Punishment, which is uncommon. A reversal did a PSA 8 for $40, and 2 have been graded of the regular card, and 0 came back 10, so I thought that was kind of funny. Palossand GX, another one that doesn't have any other variations within this set. It's just the regular GX Sandcastle. Steven's Resolve is another holo rare that made it up here. Yeah, no recent sales at all, actually. Nothing graded. And no Ross sold listings. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to make these videos a little bit more quick because I notice sometimes I'll just keep rambling about cards. Scizor GX, surprisingly, I don't think this is the coolest Scizor artwork ever. Like some of the new Scizor V cards that have been coming out, I think are a little bit cooler. The full art and the full art version of this card in the set is beautiful, but the regular GX, just nothing graded. Stack Attacka, a very forgettable, what do you call it, Ultra Beast. Shift Tree, some Generation 3 love, but nothing, no recent sales on eBay for the full art, which, yeah, thought that was interesting. Articuno, I believe to be one of the bigger hitters in this set. I couldn't find a 10 for the regular GX, but keep an eye on Articuno. Rayquaza, however you want to pronounce it, GX, just a regular GX PSA 10 sold for $80, and 171 have been submitted for grading. So, even if you didn't grow up with Gen 3, like Rayquaza, I mean, a green freaking dragon, like, it's just a really cool looking Pokemon. It's just a really cool looking Pokemon, highly collectible, as well as the next card, Blaziken. I couldn't find a graded of just the regular GX, but Blaziken, another very popular Pokemon from Gen 3, a Gen 3 starter, the most popular Gen 3 starter by far. I mean, Swampert's okay, and then Sceptile, of course I'm always Grass, so Grass usually gets left in the dust. And then we have some secret rare trainers, which is nothing too special to mention there. Bill's Maintenance sold for $90. That's not too bad. I think that's a pretty cool full art card. The Scizor GX full art, unfortunately, only sold for $42. A little sad, but that was back in November, so I think with the Hidden Fate Shiny, that kind of pulled all of the market as far as getting those Scizor cards, unless you have those completionists that want to get every single variant of everything. The Articuno GX full art only sold for $21. This kind of makes sense because it's all blue and then Articuno's blue. Well, actually, they did that with a lot of full arts within the Sun and Moon series of sets. But I don't know, it just doesn't look that good. And, of course, you have the Rainbow and you have the Shiny variant in Hidden Fates, which is considerably more popular. Yeah, really nothing too crazy of note. Everything, the printing quality of this set is pretty good. I didn't see anything that were extremely difficult to grade. Maybe like towards the bottom there is, but they're generally all over 50%. So not a lot sent in for grading, but I think the people that sent these cards in for grading, they're trying to get probably master sets or something of all the ultra rares and 10s, and they know which ones, or they have a really good inkling of which cards will get 10s. Let's see. I thought Acrobike was, since I didn't collect this set, some of these cards interested me because, Acrobike, also another Gen 3 option to pick your bike. So I thought that was kind of a cool card. Only $80 though. Tate and Liza, so I'll discuss the waifu full art trainers a little bit because they are still increasing, which is just crazy. But Tate and Liza, I don't think will be one of the more popular ones. Obviously it's two... Ooh, is that two females? Or is it like a brother and a sister? I can't remember. I'll have to look that up, or I'll have a note in the bottom left. But I don't know. I just don't foresee this one being too popular. Like after the full art craze, I imagine it'll probably drop off a little bit. And then, I mean, one sold recently, like very recently for only $90, so probably not one of the best. Copycat did sell for over 100. It has a female on it, but I personally just don't like this card, so I'm not a huge proponent of it. Steven's Resolve, however, I like this card a lot. It is this has a regular, holo rare within this set, but they gave it a full art variant as well, and it only sold for 100 at the end of December. But I think this is a card that, there's very few males that I think the Pokemon community and fandom like truly respect and like look up to, like Giovanni being one. Obviously, you have Red, and like all the really common characters that people know, and Steven is up there because he's a really cool freaking champion, especially metal type. Like that's just really unique typing as a trainer and everything like that. So it's really cool. Let's see. And I think he's really cool in the anime too. I can't remember. Underground Expedition. So this one only sold for 90. I personally really like the artwork on this one as well as TV Reporter. I think these, the females in these cards are both pretty cute. I know that sounds, pretty shallow, but I'm gonna tell it like it is. It's just how I feel about the cards. I'd never seen them until I looked them up today, and I like the way they look. Let's see. And then you have the Rayquaza GX full art. So yeah, anything Rayquaza is just, 175 for just the full art, 123 at a 159, got a 10, so pretty easy to grade. It's a good looking card. It looks good. Rainbow Energy. So this one definitely is very reminiscent of the Team Rocket Rainbow Energy. I really like Rainbow Energy. Most of the time when you get a trainer card or an energy card, you're just like, oh, brother. But this Rainbow Energy is beautiful. I know for a fact I'll have it on the screen, and hopefully you guys are able to see it if you haven't seen it before. It's a beautiful card. Scizor GX Rainbow only sold for $80, and that was back in November. And so I was like, oh, maybe this card's kind of hard to grade. But, 92 have been sent in. 60 got a 10, so maybe everybody that has the Rainbow Scizor is already content, and I don't know. Let's see. I'm sure if one sold today, it would probably sell for over 100, but, back in November, that was the price. And then we have Articuno, another big hitter. The Blaziken GX Rainbow Rare. I thought these would sell for a little bit. This would sell for a little bit higher, but, it's still over 100, so it's not too bad. And then, I'm not sure if you pronounce this Lysia or Lesia or Licia, but she's I actually had to look her up because I couldn't remember. This is a very cute card. She's from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, yeah. And she's like part of the Pokemon contest or whatever. I think she's like related to Wallace somehow or something. Wait, was Steven a champion? Because I know Wallace is a champion with the water type. Steven, is he not a champion? Oh my gosh, now I'm questioning my existence. But yeah, it's a really good looking card, $340. I think, this card maybe has a little bit more room for growth, but I have a feeling a lot of these cards that aren't like the main waifus are probably going to dip a little bit. That's just my opinion, because there's no way these full art trainers are like sustainable, like at these levels. But, who knows? Maybe they are. Maybe, waifus will just outlast everything. In a lot of sets they've overtaken, the most popular Pokemon of the set. But in this set, Rayquaza holds strong at $460. This is the first time we've had a card be the highest sold raw, the highest sold PSA 10 graded, and the highest number of submissions to PSA. We haven't had any cards that have done that up to this point. Granted, I've only been keeping track of the PSA stuff for probably like the last handful of sets, but it's the first time we've had a card, the full trifecta, triple-double, hat trick. I forget what all the other things for triple are, but yeah. Rayquaza GX holding it down, and it is a beautiful freaking card. You have the shiny promo that came out with Hidden Fates. That's in that premium collection box, and then you have its rainbow variant here. It's just beautiful. All right. Now we'll go on some tidbits at the bottom. So just some quick averages. I took out Sun and Moon base set because it would get kind of overwhelming to like keep comparing more and more sets together. It makes sense to put all the Sun and Moon ones together, but in this list, I don't include Shining Legends or Sun and Moon base. So overall, if I had to rank these, so just going through the averages, 48 for GX, 93 for full art, which is not bad. 50 to 100 for Prism Rare. There's only 2 Prism Rares, and one sold for 100, one sold for like 40 something. So yeah, and then Secret Rares at 110. So if I had to rank these up to this point, not including Shining Legends or Sun and Moon base, I'd still put Burning Shadows at the top. Ultra Prism, a very close second, and then Celestial Storm, a little bit farther third, and then Forbidden Legends, Guardians Rising, Crimson Invasion. But yeah, so I think Celestial Storm is highly collectible. It hasn't hit one of those awkward restocks yet, like Ultra Prism and Unbroken Bonds have. And it's also evident by these prices over here. The average booster pack, or the market price for a booster pack, is $8, almost $9, which that's pretty expensive for, you know, a modern pack. ETB at 96, which that's more than double the regular retail. And then booster box, $239. So I think if and when Pokemon does like one of those awkward restocks, which it doesn't look like they are, because they did Unbroken Bonds, and then they did Ultra Prism, and then now they're doing Unified Minds. So, and I'm talking about like those little random boxes that you find at like Walmart or something that have the 3-packs inside. Who knows, there might be other restocks, but yeah, just interesting. And Celestial Storm's cool. I got Rayquaza on there, you know. So, in review, I'll just do a quick little summary of the low, mid, and high tier collectible cards within this set, in my opinion. Please, you know, let me know if you have any other opinions. So, for low tier cards within this set that are collectible, I think the Rayquaza full art, and the only reason I put Rayquaza full art in the low tier despite its high price is because it just has 2 other like variants of itself, and the rainbow and the shiny are just always going to go for more. TV Reporter full art, Underground Expedition full art, and Steven's Resolve full art. So I personally just think those are some of the better full arts within this set, so that's why I included them in the low tier. Obviously, full art trainers right now are doing really well, so it's difficult to go wrong, but I think these 3 are a little bit extra right. All right, in the mid-tier, I actually put Lysia within the mid-tier. I don't think she's worthy of the high tier because of just what's going on, and I'm just thinking like way longer, and like I'm thinking like 10, 20 years down the road type collectability. You know, I'm not going for immediate flipping or anything like that. Blaziken, the secret rare, and these are all going to be the secret rare variants, Scizor, Articuno, and then the Rainbow Energy. So I know you guys might think, oh, the Scizor sold for so low. Here's the thing. And once again, add this to your little, you know, side note of what Pokemon are popular within, like collectors. Blaziken, fire fighting, Generation 3 starter, very popular, looks really cool. I mean, it's like a fire chicken that can kick you really hard. Like, it's really cool Pokemon. Scizor, an evolution of a Generation 1 Pokemon that was very loved, Scyther, into like a metal bug, which is like red and has massive claws, and is just a really cool looking Pokemon. Articuno, one of the legendary birds from Generation 1. Arguably, I would actually say it's probably the most popular. Maybe Zapdos, but I think Articuno might take the cake for being the most popular legendary bird of the trio. And then Rainbow Energy, this one was kind of me, but also I think it's just a beautiful looking card. Like, on display in a binder, like, it's just a beautiful card. And then the high is too easy. Rayquaza GX, Secret Rare, Rainbow Rare, whatever you want to call it, Hyper Rare. By far the high tier. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this video. Please let me know any feedback, if you agree or disagree with anything that I said. If this is your second video of mine, consider subscribing. And if you like what you saw, feel free to give this a like, or just, you know, leave a comment below on how you really feel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one.